Alrighty, so my name is Rio Waller, and you are starting the cybersecurity program here at Fresno City College. I hope you're excited and ready to learn. This course is the first in the series. So, IT fundamentals is, and I know it's redundant, fundamental to cybersecurity. Think about for a moment a typical in your mind, and this will vary based on each student's experience and background, what a cyber security professional would be doing is guarding either a small, medium, large size businesses against cyber crime, cyber attacks, right? So, what does that person need to know is really what the person that's probably going to be trying to attack them know. So, what that begins with is the fundamentals of IT, of information technology. So, this course is intended to give you that overview. Now, what I will tell you is that having been around IT for several years and I specialize in programming side of IT, the thing that you need to know is you're going to be getting introduced to concepts that you will then want to continue your education on, because this course is just going to give you that overview. And we hope a good overview of that. And at the end, if that's your intention, which we hope it is, you can also get the certification, the IT Fundamentals Plus certification. Okay. So there's several things going on that we're hoping you walk away from this class with. First, in education about IT fundamentals, and then if you're interested, the actual certification. So in this first video, this start here video, what I'm going to do is kind of go over that what I call section 0, what I want you to know before you get into the course content, give you kind of what you need to know to succeed, right? And other information as we go through. So we're glad you're here, and let's go ahead and move over. So what I've done here, let me go ahead and stop hand mirror for a minute, is I am in Canvas. So our course is completely run through the Canvas environment, which I suspect you're at this point either you know about or you've taken courses before. The thing you can know that's a little bit different possibly about the way I've set this course up is that you do need to move it sequentially, move through the content sequentially, which means in order to get to section 1, week 1, you need to have at least reviewed the concepts that I've covered here. Now, there's not actually anything due in this section, it's just an overview. So you're watching the start here video. And then the next thing, matter of fact, let's just go ahead and do this so you can see it, right? And this is the way the course is gonna to work. You're here, and this is just an item you'll view. Most of the times, you're either looking at a video, taking a quiz, or submitting some kind of an assignment. So for this one, all you have to do is view it. But the thing I want to tell you, and to be clear from the beginning, this is a 9-week, 3-unit course. So what you want to know is this course has been taught in the past in a 12 or 18 week, and it is compressed into a 9-week course. Now, what does that mean? That means you want to stay on track with this program, with this class, in order to get yourself prepared for the next class in the series. Now, what those classes are is I'm going to give a link here. This is a little bit dated. I'll get a new one as soon as I can, but this just shows the sequence of courses that you take. So as you can see, this is the first one, the IT fundamentals, and then and then 48B, 58. So you can see all the different classes that make up this program. These are from both last semester, meaning 2020, and this semester, 23. But again, I'll get you a current one. If you have any questions about that, you can ask me, and I'll do my best to answer them. We also have folks here at Fresno City College that help manage students moving through these courses, but in general, they're done in sequence. Okay, so once you've watched this video, then the next thing I'd want you to do is watch another video about Discord. Now, I recorded this one for specifically a little bit more targeted to one of my other classes, but everything pertains to you. It is not required. It is just suggested, because the thing is, there's going to be times that you're going to be working that I may not be online. And so you want to be able to ask other students in live interactive format questions, right? If I'm there, of course, I will answer, but I want you to know the intent of the Discord chat is in order for you to ask. This is peer to peer, meaning student to student communication. And you have an invite I've provided here. I want you to understand the code of conduct. Once you get on the server, if you choose to join, you'll have to ask me, and you can just do this when you get in, to add you into the class chat channel, because each class of mine has its individual channel. Okay, so just make sure you do that if you want to join it, and I hope you do. There'll be benefits definitely to doing that. So the IT fundamentals. So this gives you some information about where this program was created, the idea of it, and it was, it's offered on the California, meaning all colleges through the campus, and Fresno City is specifically running theirs this semester as well. This talks about the actual exam that I mentioned before, the IT fundamentals exam. The course materials for this are completely free, and are readily available on YouTube. This gives you a link to them, but also you could just go to YouTube and see them as well. And this gives you, I believe, yeah, here's the link into the YouTube. Okay, so that's great. I hope you find that beneficial. I think it's really helpful. This talks about the IT fundamentals, the exam itself, right? So the intent is after you take this course, right, you sign up at this site. You can take free IT fundamental course review. So you can do a review for the examination. Students can sign up a discount of CompTIA, but I actually ended up last semester, one of the students in this class gave me a link, which actually applies the same discount. You can know that. But again, the idea is that after you get through this course, then you would take it. And so this would actually be then the last step, which is to take the exam itself. So just know that part of this course is not taking the exam, it's prepping you as one of its goals to prep you for the exam. So this is kind of the overview. So this gives you the IT Pro. IT Pro is an organization very well known and very well respected in the industry for training. They've provided this free overview for the IT fundamentals here, but then the whole website or the whole coursework that you're going to be going through here. So that is great. The one thing I would say, these videos are becoming a little dated. It's something here we here at City are talking about figuring out how to update these and in what manner we would do that. But just know that some of the content, but some of this fundamental content is fairly, even if it's a couple of years old, it still definitely applies to understanding these fundamental concepts. About Canvas, if you now need help, of course, but we do have a virtual hub here for students. And I think accessing that and connecting, if you have general questions, like I couldn't handle password questions by any means. If there's something you need to know how to do inside of our shell, I'm more apt to be that person that you ask. And that's one of the things I talked about Discord a minute ago. Typically, and here's what I would say: you want to ask me a question directly, use the inbox on Canvas. It's the best way to do that, right? So then here's just some other, actually in this case, there's not any FAQs yet. If I get some, I will put them in there. I do have an office hour. You can office hours every week. I will hold those on campus, but I will also hold Zoom at the same time, which is way most students come, especially from a course like this. It's 100% online. I do attempt to reply. I say 24 hours here, but I would consider 24 hours the longest unless it's a weekend or a holiday. So just know that I do my best to reply as soon as possible. Okay, so that gives you that overview. And then this talks about, because you are going to have a writing part of this class, right? And you just want to have some of that assistance. So here's some tips and some other information related to that. So now, here's the thing: you're going to have exams. And quizzes. Really, in this class, they're all quizzes. Some of them are midterms and finals, so we might register those as exams. You can, in general, take them multiple times. to raise your grade. So that's the benefit of working ahead in a class like this. Okay. So that then handles all the items. So here, I'm going to show you before I go into, because I'm not going to cover week one. I actually have a video to help you with that. But what you can see here is now that I've looked through all these items, then I get the ability to look at section one and overview there. So in general, that's what I meant by that this course is offered sequentially. Right? I have to open up my hand mirror again because I closed it, but I just wanted to kind of make a closing comment to you is that this course, 9-week course, right? 3 units. It is really important to stay on track with this course. For the first time this semester, I'm offering 2 options for the type of writing. You'll see that at the week one, at the last item that's due. It is important to understand before you get into week one, the way I do attendance is you will have a discussion every week of different topics. Some will be related to our writing and some will be related to other topics. But when you do your post, even though the item says it's due on Sunday night, your post it's due by the time I wake up Thursday morning, to be quite frank. It'll say Wednesday night. That will be your attendance post. So know that that's how attendance is taken in this class. So keeping up with that is helpful, but also just keeping up with the course content is important. I do have the course set up to reinforce or to enforce sequential viewing of the content because that's really the way you need to be moving through it. So I'm here to help in whatever way I can. Please reach out. Come to office hours. You can see my office hours listed in the syllabus. I'm in the business education room 113. Like I told you, even though you may not be on campus, anytime my office hour is held, my Zoom, which is also linked in the syllabus, is also open at that time. So that should be hopefully enough to give you at least a general idea. So you can see through the sections and the syllabus the different topics that we're going to cover in here. Each week you generally have a discussion. You will have video and quizzes, and then just quizzes related to the larger topics that I'll really cover a little bit better in your week one. All right, I'm glad you're here. Time to get started. Let's go.